Hey guys, what's going on? Today is April 17th. Just want to give you guys a quick update about the quarantine here in Shanghai, the lockdown here. So this is our, I think, 15th day here of lockdown here. And there's a system here in place here. There's like 3-level system, so if you don't have any cases within 7 days, they'll let you out in the within your compound. Another 7 days, if there's no COVID cases, you can walk outside of your compound, basically. Yeah, that's in a nutshell, basically, the rules here. So I should be able to leave my building actually and walk within the compound tomorrow if there's no cases. But it's hard because our compound is really big. There's like several thousand people, maybe it's like huge. So that's for the rules, and so what's going on? There's nothing going on here. It's just basically people in lockdown, and everybody obeys by the rules. And in terms of food, no, we're not starving. Actually, in fact, my refrigerator is actually full. So what happens is like there's many ways you can get food here. The first way is you just try to order. It's still hard. But it's not impossible. You get up at 6 and try to place your first order. And if you don't get it, you go to another vendor and then try it again until you get it. Most likely you get 1 or 2 items, or 3 items or so. And if that doesn't work, you go to a group buy. We gotten a lot of stuff from like within the community, a lot of group buys. We got meat, vegetable. Actually, in fact, we've gotten so much, and this is the second method where you can actually get food. So the first one is online orders, and the second one is through group buys, which is pretty successful. And then the third one is the government gives you food every 3 days or so. And I'm gonna just play some footages actually on top on this video so you can see it. So as of yesterday, we gotten so much food that we can't actually put our food inside our fridge anymore. And not to brag here, it's just very unfortunate that it's just we gotten so much food like at the same time, but there's times when we were like really short of food actually. But yesterday we got so much that we have to put something outside or give it to our neighbors and then trade. There's times we have less, and then so yeah, it's not really balanced. Sometimes you have more, and sometimes you have less. That's about the food situation. So a far cry from what the Western media is reporting, this outrageous and sensationalized reports about like people are dying, all that shit. I mean, I think what they meant is like starvation in China here during this lockdown means like people eat less and don't get the luxury goods like maybe cheese or bread for foreigners. That's what they cannot get. But you're far away from like starvation. Starvation means like you don't have anything for like the entire day or so, but you still get your 2-3 meals, or like 4 if you want, but not like the luxury goods you get. So that's in terms of food, and everybody's okay. There's this lady doing her exercise out here, so it's actually cool. We're not supposed to like even walk outside, but it's pretty lax. It's just like responsibility. They told you not to go out, because it's not fair if there's a rule in place, but then you still go out. Everybody goes out, and so that's probably not the purpose of containing the virus. So people obey by rules, but then it's like if you need to go for a walk and stuff, you can walk outside and just just like me and coming outside here and just talk a little bit about this, but it's not a big deal. I mean, in Western media they reported like it's a fucking crime that will then incarcerate you know, if you like not obey by the rules, and then all these cases we're looking at. And again, I live in an area called Minhang, and it's pretty peaceful, everything. But the way that Western media, I mean, they're masters of propaganda. You know, the West. It's, for example, like there's we have a compound. There's maybe, or not even, like, for example, like we have in this compound. I don't know how many people. There's like several thousand people living in this compound, and there's not a single fucking person well, not like publicly complaining. I mean, nobody likes this lockdown and stuff, but I haven't seen any like public person. It would be if somebody complains, I would place it on social media or on some platforms that you can see it. But I haven't seen anything yet. So, but let's say there's 10,000 people, and out of shit, this fucking. So out of 10, let me place it. So there's like maybe 10,000 people, and there's one single person that whines about it and goes on a public, goes on a tyrant, and then bitch about this, and then he's gonna be the hero of Western media, and then he's gonna complain, and then he gets like his 1 minute fame in Western media that he's the hero, freedom fighter, whatever those idiots. Okay, there's another point I want to make in regards to foreigners living here in Shanghai. I am also in many groups of foreigners. There's some complaints about them. Yeah, of course, it's not life as usual. You know, you can get all your food and stuff. We're in a lockdown, and it's not the most comfortable thing. You know, yeah, you cannot work and stuff. I mean, I'm basically lose money at my business. I have to pay my employees and stuff, but you know, I don't even whine about it, because I mean, I have friends that probably within a month they lose several $1,000,000 because they have run big huge businesses. They don't even complain, but there's a lot of like a certain type of foreigners. They're not even aware of their entitlement, that because they're foreigners, they have this entitlement, like they're supposed to get privileges. Like in times of like the pandemic lockdown here, it's really hard to get food, and everybody has to line up, you know, for getting food. Whatever ways you need to hustle, you need to hustle to get your food, you know, in various ways. And I'm sure not most foreigners, they're not savvy enough in terms of the Chinese not being able to order. I understand. I'm in the same position, but I have a family, and they're helping me out, you know, to order a lot of stuff I'm ordering too. And there's many ways, but you have to understand Chinese on a better level in order to get all these orderings and stuff. If you don't, then you might be in trouble. If you're a single person, you live here, you don't have anybody that helps you, then you have a hard time. But you still have the community, the community to help you. And those foreigners that complains, you know, there's a high percentage of foreigners that are complaining about, you know, their lifestyle and being miserable here because they can't get their freaking cheese or blueberry or their fucking bread, whatever, pasta, whatever you want. That's what they cannot get, and they're complaining about this like all day long. And that's kind of like a privilege. I think, you know, we're all the same in a lockdown. You just because you're foreigner does not mean you get special privileges. Somebody help you to order, which there's some in place that local people are very nice to help them because they know they can't speak the language here. They're helping them out. But then there's still a lot of like entitled foreigners like wanting to get privileges, in which they, you know, a lot of them take advantage of, you know. So okay, let me do a final segment about Western medias again. I've been looking at some Western medias like reports and stuff, They actually make it sound like this is like the Armageddon here in Shanghai, you know. But in fact, we're looking at a 25 million people city here, and there are some douchebags out there here and there complaining. You know, some foreigners, you know, reporting. This is the free food that they're delivering here. 我拍拍那个免费，谢谢。
有水果、肉蛋、日用品。
So it looks like we're getting more food for each building here. It says some meat, some eggs and stuff. So this is for this building here. Let me show you my refrigerator. Today we got a lot of food from the government, so we barely have any space left actually put our vegetables here. It's actually packed. So we had to actually put food outside here. Vegetables here, and then yeah, we got too much food actually. Oh, here, tons of vegetable here from group buys. All kinds of stuff, especially greens here, tomatoes, sweet tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, mushrooms, aubergines, potatoes, and mostly like greens and stuff, which is pretty good. Cucumbers, pretty nice.